Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I'm Jordan, and you guys, while I'm recording this, is January 24th, 2026. Good portion of the United States is under below zero temperatures, winds, rain, snow, ice storms, all kinds of big stuff, either today or the next day or whatever. Here in Wyoming, even this morning, it was, I think, -8 ambient with a -20 wind chill. Not uncommon. But yeah, so decided to come down here and do a little whiskey video here and see if we can't finally get through this. So if you're watching these videos in order, this was the last video that I shot with the last session of videos that I recorded. And when I was doing the processing of it all and trying to figure it all out, it was without audio. No clue why, didn't change anything, didn't do anything, so no clue why that happened, but for whatever reason, it wasn't there. So, take two, we're going to see if we can get through this. This is an E.H. Taylor, Colonel E.H. Taylor, barrel proof, uncut, unfiltered. It's the first time I've been able to get my hands on this. If you've watched this channel for a little while, you know that I'm a big fan of the E.H. Taylor, the small batch, the regular one. I've seen it for sale anywhere from $100 to $140. That's ridiculous. I've paid as much as $61. But I put $60 as like my max, but for 61 I was like, all right, fine, I'll buy it. To have a second, I think I have like two or three backups right now, probably two. Plus I have a couple here that I'm gonna give away to some friends and stuff. So, and I got those for like 40 something dollars. Forgive me, I do not. I just started rolling here and I'm not. That's not what I wanted. Not prepared yet here with my whiskey list, but we will get there. All right, here we go. Bourbon. Go over here. Buffalo Trace. Bum, 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 bum. Small batch. $43.59 is what I paid for small batch. Somewhere in that ballpark in the 40s. Under $60 for sure. Buy it all day long. It's worth that, in my opinion. I like it. I bought a single barrel for $63.79, but that was still at 90 proof, I think. Where are these at? Well, this one's, sorry. That one's doesn't help because that one's the barrel proof one. Sorry. Boy, I look like I don't know what I'm doing. So, and I probably don't know what I'm doing. But I bought a single barrel for $63. I think it was 90 proof. And then, so I finally was able to get my hands on this, and I paid $74.19. Uh-oh. My battery is blinking at me, which means that it is about to go out. So we'll hopefully make it through this video with some light. And if not, well then, sorry, I'm probably going to be a little bit darker. But so for that price, $74.19, wasn't going to pass it up. I think that's somewhere around MSRP. Totally worth it. Been hunting one of these for several years now. I don't know, 4 or 5 years. But finally got my hands on it. And, since I've already done a review of it, I can tell you it's absolutely fantastic. But we will get into it now with all this lovely cold, dry air that I have. My nose was bleeding not too long ago, so hopefully I don't have a problem with that. With either my nose working or hopefully it doesn't start bleeding on camera because that would change everything. But yeah, just straight away, let me tell you, if you can find this for a reasonable price, go ahead and buy it. I personally probably would have paid $100 for this, especially now that I've had it. I would say, along with so many other varieties of whiskey that I've had, ever more today with the inflation rates, post-COVID, all that stuff. whiskey's kind of sitting, and I hate to say this because it's ridiculous that it is there, but $100 is not. I mean, I wouldn't say it's definitely not the average, but it's not uncommon for a bottle of whiskey to be $100. Now, I think those prices will adjust down in the coming years because people aren't buying them. Whiskey prices are starting to fall in a lot of places already. Stuff sitting on the shelves. A lot of Buffalo Trace products are not flying off the shelves, especially at ridiculous prices like they were even a year or two ago. So slowly, we are starting to come back to sanity a little bit. I would say that the average prices on stuff are still like if you want a good bottle of whiskey, you can you can find a lot of good whiskey between $40 and $60. But a lot, we're gonna do some turkey and Russells, and that's what we're gonna do the next couple of videos here, just some comparisons. But just looking down below here, I got several bottles that are in that $30-$40 price range that I consider to be absolutely spectacular. Um, Early Times Bottle and Bond being one of those. Green River Bottled and Bond. Pretty much any of the Green River products are pretty fantastic at those prices. Benchmark, it gets overlooked a lot, but Benchmark, any of the Benchmark products are pretty darn good. And those are still in the teens and 20s. So you can get good whiskey at cheaper prices, but I would say on the average, you're probably going to pay 30, 40, $50 for something that's like pretty darn good. And if you want something that's fantastic, you're probably going to be paying in that $60 to $100 range. And it's all over the place, especially when you start looking at like craft distilleries and stuff like that, because there's some craft stuff that you can get that's way more expensive and way less expensive that are fantastic whiskeys. So hopefully that's why you're watching, is that we can help steer you into that money. But I guess the bottom line is $100 is like for some of the more outstanding whiskeys, $100 is not an unreasonable ask. But I mean, even at $150, like there's stuff that's $2, $3, $4, $500, man. That's just not reasonable, I don't think, in my opinion. Especially as I've told it for a long time, this is just something you're gonna drink, enjoy, yes, but ultimately pee out. So there you go, man. I warmed it up. It is caramel, red, Honeycrisp apple, um, slight cherry, vanilla, honey, a little bit of honeysuckle, some floral. I mean, classic Buffalo Trace apple floral notes in there. There's a little bit of oak. I'm sorry, people. Give me just a second. I'm gonna go turn off this light because it's bugging me. We will change the battery out on that before our next video, but hopefully that battery's charged. So what it is just a little DeWalt 20-volt light that I have over in the corner shining on me. That's with a piece of paper towel over it. That's how I do my lighting. I'm sure that's why my lighting sucks, but I'm too cheap and I don't make any money off of this, so I'm not gonna go buy a big fancy light for making videos. But man, it's really good. The nice thing about this nose is it has some density to it, some heft. It smells thick, viscous. It smells a little syrupy, like it's gonna be clingy or oily. Um, just smells so good. But it's like everything that I love about the Buffalo Trace nose, densely compact, which is awesome. I mean, it also has a lot. Granted, it's a different mash bill, but it has a lot of the same characteristics. That Here's something rattling back here, driving me nuts. Has a lot of the nose characteristics that I found on the Blanton's straight from the barrel that I got, which is an absolute fantastic whiskey as well. I think I paid 100 and well, I got it right, 100 and Blanton. Why? Hold on, going on. Um, uh, bench. Why am I not? Oh, bland. Here we go. Straight from the barrel. Ooh, I paid $150 for it. So pretty expensive. Um, man, is it good? I don't know. I have a lot of difficulty spending that kind of money, but it is good. Especially if you don't take care of it. Buffalo Trace. Quit using real pork. I had a Rock Hill Farms that I'm pretty sure went bad on me before I even got to taste it. Like, it never tasted right. I had a Weller 107, the very first one. Go watch any of my reviews of it. I swore off Weller 107. I did not think highly of it, mainly because I had a tainted bottle, I think. But that Rock Hill Farms that I got, I put a piece of saran wrap over the top of it and then corked it. I'm going to do that to that straight from the barrel and some of the other bottles that I don't get into that often, just because those are expensive bottles, and you know what? Those real corks shrink. Like the one in my Rock Hill Farms, like that does not fit in there very good. It didn't. I think it oxidized. And anyway, so people who are raving about Rock Hill Farms, I'm not a fan. At least from my bottle, if they all taste like that, it's like a $30 whiskey in my opinion. The bottle's cool, but that's why I think it's kind of got tainted. And I know the cork does not seep properly in there. So, all right, going in on the taste. Little proofy. Very sweet. Caramel up front, apple in the middle, oak at the tail of the mid palate. Picks up a little bit of cinnamon spice, black pepper spice. Um, Man, you get that cherry on the finish. It's like cinnamon, oak, and little bit of that proof, but there's a good sweet balancing it out. Nothing is out of balance at all with this. Man, it's just fantastic. I did not say the proof. This is sitting at 63.7 or 127.4 proof. Um, it's outstanding. I mean, it is absolutely outstanding. This time it did hit me a little hot. It did drink a little hot, but man, that proof carried all those notes forward in like the perfect manner. And as you all know, I'm not a big fan of like things that are over oaked or have a sharp oak or a tannic bite on the end at all. Like that astringent, I don't like that. Right? Like if it's in balance, awesome. It adds to it, and I can really enjoy it. And this has all of those notes just kind of well balanced. The sweet notes are balanced out with the fruits and the oak and the tannins, and I mean, it's just everything I love. Oh man, even at $75, I could buy this for the rate that I would drink it. Like, I could buy this consistently at that price and be extremely happy, like all day long. That is just absolutely fantastic. There's a lot of confectioner sugar up in the top of the nose, and yeah, those sweet notes that come through caramel. Caramel and oak that time up front pushes into an apple. Um, a light honey in there, a little bit of peanut dust, a little bit of graininess in there, like in a good way, just a little bit of grain dust or peanut shell dust. Um, Cinnamon's really coming through for me. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in there. There's at least eight. Like the majority of the bourbon wheel is found in that profile, but in a balanced and meaningful way where there's not like spikes of stuff. It's just like flowing from one note to the next to the next to the next. Um, Even with that proof is carrying through on this. Now, this is my first whiskey of the day. Um, so that might have something to do with it. But man, it just is carrying through in all the right ways. So there you go. For 74, what did I pay? 70. Now I gotta find it again. $74.19. That's a buy all day long for me. Go out and find a bottle if you haven't already. I know they're hard to come by. I think like I've been watching like Bruzel and a couple other people who go around doing hunts. They've been showing stuff sitting around quite a bit more throughout many states. Here in Wyoming, nothing sits around that's really good. It's hard to get your hands on. In fact, I think the place where I got this, they only had like 2 bottles come in. I mean, they don't even get a full um, case when they order it. So, yeah, I mean, I was just lucky. I happened to have that. They had this. They had a regular E.H. Taylor small batch sitting there. They had an Eagle Rare, and they're even putting the Buffalo Trace behind the counter here. Like, I don't remember. You'd have to go look at my videos. It was 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. It was before they did switch distribution. We had cases. You could buy Buffalo Trace by the case. I want to say it might have been like $18 or $19. I know I got a store pick Buffalo Trace here. They had, I don't know, 10 cases, 12 cases of it sitting there. And well, I mean, if it was a store pick, it was a whole barrel. So I don't know how many cases that is. But let's just call it 220 something bottles, 230 something bottles. Um, I mean, we used to have Buffalo Trace everywhere, and it was cheap. When I was buying it for $18, $19, people are paying $30, $40 for it. And I didn't think much of it. Buffalo Trace, it's fine, but it is not my go-to for anything. Like the actual Buffalo Trace whiskey. And now you can't hardly find it. I mean, it'll be on the shelves a little bit now, but that, like I said, they're putting it behind the counter. I don't even know what the price is on it, but whatever it is, not worth it to me. But yeah, things have changed. I think it was 3 years ago. It might have been even 4 years ago that change went into practice, but definitely 3 years ago. So if you can find it, awesome. Drop in the comments down below if you can find it, what you're paying for it, or what they're asking for it, what your experience is with it. It's definitely some good juice. So keep an eye out for it. Don't pay unreasonable stuff. Like I said, I I would pay $100 for that and still feel okay, but not the small batch. Don't pay $100 for the small batch. It's good, but not $100 good. Um, and yeah, keep an eye out for those things. I think in the years to come, definitely the next 5 years, you're gonna be able to start picking up Buffalo Trace a fair bit. So definitely stay on top of that. As always, thanks for watching. You guys have yourselves a great day. Stay tuned to the next video where we are going to do a comparison of the wild turkeys here that I have, and then we'll finish up with a Russell's comparison here. And yeah, we'll have some fun with those. So thanks for watching. Have yourselves a great day. Catch you in the next video.